Hello everybody, Iain Robson here, and welcome back to Paradise Hills. Today I'm on the server with DusBo. DusBo doesn't get on the server usually when I record, so he's on the server here now, and I'm on the server today, so I thought it'd be a good chance to record. And we're planting barley in field number 2 here. We're both using the same tractor. This is the 7930. This is the one that I think a couple people have asked about. I think I got it from Mod Hoster. 7930 on Mod Hoster, I believe. So if you'd like to get it, that's where you can go get it. And there's DusBo. He's using the same setup as I am. And there's a specific reason why I'm using the same setup, and that's because when you have two tractors that are the same and they're like using the same setup, they go the same speed, and what actually happens is GPS will align your course with the other person's course, which is really neat actually. So apparently I never put that down. It aligns your course with the other person's course, basically, which is really neat. So theoretically what should happen is I'm going to follow along with what he's doing, basically, which is kind of neat, I think. So anyways, just want to thank my patrons once again. I really appreciate what you guys do for me, and thanks very much, guys. So here we are. This is, I don't know, last time I did this, I think it was with Spud, and we were both oh, is it going to do it automatically? We were both, I think, not planting, but I think cultivating, I want to say we were cultivating. I think that's what it was. It was kind of interesting because we kind of discovered that the GPS mod works kind of interestingly when you have two people using the GPS mod at the same time. So that was kind of the curious part about it. I think it's really neat, actually. So if you look at the information of this particular field, I realize that this has a slight alkalinity, which isn't actually bad. I actually have the the soil mod reference sheet up, which is random. I keep it. I have it on the screen sometimes when I'm doing things. So, for example, let's look at the pH level. So we have a pH level of what is the pH level here? 7.3. 7.3. We still get 90% of the yield. However, if it was below 6.8, we would actually lose. 6.8 is neutral. If it was 6.2, it's 90%, and if it goes below 6.2, it's like 80%, and it goes considerably slower below that. So it's pretty surprising, actually. Looks like DusBo is planting at 17:23. So what should happen here is we should be able to match up, and GPS will recognize that there's someone else on the same course. So what I did here is, in this case, what I did was I actually, course from neighbor. So you can actually use GPS to pick up the same course as somebody else, which I've done here. So we're cruising at similar speeds. So what should happen is we should be able to recognize that we're on the same course. I believe we're on the same tractor, 7930, yeah. So it should recognize that we're on the same course and actually adjust accordingly, which I think is super cool. So we have a nutrient of N13, which is really high. I must have overcompensated a little bit for this field being low. So 13 and 7. Now theoretically, I'm going to let it turn automatically, and let's see what happens. So it should turn and skip a lane and follow the same lane as DusBo, or the lane right adjacent to him, which is kind of neat. So all I did was slow down there. I missed a little bit there, but now we're basically following the same. I think he's going a little bit slower than I am. I'm going to set it to 15, just so 16 there. I don't think I can match the same course as him, but that's what it kind of looks like. Oh, I'm gonna get a screenshot of that. 1 second. Let's close that, and we can close the soil mod, and then take a screenshot like that. And then what you can also do is, if you're on a server, for example, what you can do is toggle flight mode. Yes, true. And then what will happen is, if you toggle that, it also is like HUD hider, basically. So you can do stuff like this. I still have the glance mod. There is a way to get rid of it, but I totally forget what it is. Apparently I'm going just a wee bit faster than him now, up the hill. Not by much, but just a little bit. Not by much, but that's kind of cool though. That's what you can do with the GPS mod. So when you're using the same equipment, you can do stuff like that, and kind of it makes it kind of interesting because you can adjust accordingly, which I think is super cool, and it will automatically turn for you too, which is kind of neat, depending how you have it set up. So I think it's one of the cooler aspects of. Whoa, 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 no! Aw, did I? I think I did what I think I did. 1 second here. That's the one disadvantage of putting that that HUD hider on. Let's go false. So I should be able to. I hope I didn't plant a. I bet you I did plant a strip of something else. I'm almost certain of it. Let's see here. Barley. Oh, there's a grass right there, and I think I planted canola. Yeah. So I actually need to go back now. Because I pressed O, and I don't know why I did that, but alright, so let's go back. Now we have a strip of grass in the middle of the field. Oh, that's lame. I'll have to take care of that after the fact. So that's what happens when you start fiddling around with and pressing other buttons. Actually, you know what I should do? I should do it the other way around. I should start from where I started and go to the end. Actually. So I make sure I stay in the same lane. Ah, that's a pain. Can't believe I did that. Ah, well, wouldn't be the first time I've done something ridiculous like that. So now we have a little bit of grass in the middle of the field. Back in Farming Simulator 13, there was a cool little thing you could do with more realistic mod. And the way it worked is you had to go back to the messed up the grain, apparently. Alright. So, in the more realistic mod, you used to be able to, you used to have to go back and change your seed type actually back at the main area. So you couldn't just switch in the middle of the field like that. You actually had to go back to the main farm and go back to your seed area and then change the seeds. Interestingly enough, Farm Expert 2017 actually has that feature built into it, which I think is really neat. So it actually has that built right into the game, so you have to do that right from the get-go. So, which is kind of interesting because Farm Sim doesn't have that, which maybe it will in Farm Sim 17. I don't know. So it looks like I'm planting the same thing again, but if I go back, yeah, so I'm getting rid of the. It may be all barley, but I just want to make sure. That's the reason why I'm doing it like this. Because I'd rather have all barley in the same field than I'll have to come back and get that little strip of grass in the middle of the field. Maybe I should plant a tree there just to mess with people and see what happens. No, I wouldn't do something like that. I'm like the last person who wants to have a tree in the middle of the field. No. Although in a lot of English maps actually, you tend to see stuff like that, but not in many American maps. 1 second, coffee break. Alright, so let's turn around and head back on the same path we were just on. And we need to finish up now. So we can actually lift this up, I believe, with the newest version of... Isn't that raised? Yeah. The newest version of drive control. Like, now that I'm driving over this, it shouldn't destroy it, because it's just been seeded, theoretically. But there was a time when if you drove over a seeded crop like this, it actually would destroy the crop. But with newer updates, it actually is not the case. Which is kind of neat, actually, in my opinion, at least. DusBo's probably like, what's that amateur doing over there? Oh, goodness. Well, like I said, it wouldn't be the first time I've done something ridiculous like that. Although now we do have a little strip of grass in the middle of the field. Now, the funny thing about this is the fact that what's going to happen is only an administrator can actually take that grass out, because that's considered creating the field. So, how funny is that? Whoa! So now GPS thinks that's the end of the field. Great. There we go. Jeez. I should probably deal with it right now, actually. Yeah, let's deal with that right now. Let's hop into... what do we have over here? Do I have any other tractors that might be sufficient? Actually, I have one up here. The JCB... Actually, no. Let's grab the Case. I do like this tractor. This is the Case 380 Magnum. This is one from Timber, who makes fabulous mods. Alright, let's grab this plow. There we go. This is actually a 430, I think it's a 435 horsepower tractor. I'm sure in real life it's much bigger than it appears in this game. Because in the game, like, it's not that big. And if I were to put it beside, like, the John Deere 95, I think it's the 9560 that we have, it looks tiny. So I'm going to take out that little grass strip right now before I forget about it and someone else comes to the server and someone asks, well, who's the clown that actually left like a little bit of grass there? So alas, it was me. Alright, so let's take it out right now. I wonder if I can lower just this plow, just like this. Allow create field? Yes, please. I don't know if I can just lower it like this. I don't think so. No, I didn't think so. That would have been too nice. So let's get lined up right now then. Back up here. And when it's ready, it's going to lower. There it goes. Nice. Well, not nice. And back to limit to fields. Fold it up. There we go. Just gonna leave it on the side of the field for the time being, in case I decide to make any other bright idea, or get any other bright ideas like taking screenshots. Because that's what did it in the end. Because I took a screenshot, that was actually the problem, because I had to press O, and O changed the fruit type, so that's what happens. But it was a cool screenshot, so it was totally worth it. I'll post that in the Discord chat. I'm sure DusBo would appreciate that. Actually, I'm really digging Discord, actually. I didn't realize how chill it was until we started using it more and more, so. Still no decision on whether we're going to open up to the quote-unquote public. But for now, it's a private Discord server. However, there is some functionality you can easily incorporate into it that would allow it to be, you know, public and private at the same time. So I don't know. I think they do a pretty good job of, considering it's still like brand new. It's a crazy good program. Like I said initially, the Northern Alex is the one who kind of put me onto it. And I know this is ridiculous driving through the field like this, but I'd rather do this than have a patch of grass in the middle of my field. So, anyhow. Oh, that wasn't a pause. It's funny, I changed my pause button on my recorder. And by the way, having a pause feature on your video record, like your recording software, is fantastic. It's like, hey, you need to grab a drink of water? Pause it. Anyways, that's totally like a recording related thing, but anyhow. Okay, so let's get back on track here. Alright. There we go. Are we going to miss a little bit? Hopefully not. Yes, we totally are. Darn it. Alright, well, I'm going to leave it because we spent too much time doing stuff like this. Okay, we're on barley now again. Good. So it looks like DusBo, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like DusBo did one of the extra lines because he realized that I messed up totally and utterly messed up in the middle of the field. So now he's probably like, okay, well, guess I gotta do double duty today. Sorry. Yeah. Anyhow, I did ask, I think it was in the last multiplayer episode, I asked about, I'm going to change this right now. I asked in the last multiplayer episode if making more multiplayer episodes would be, if you guys would be down for that, and seems like people would be, so I'm going to start off by trying like maybe like 2 a week or something, just to see how it goes, because I can be on the server every day very easily. The problem is no one else would probably be on the server. Actually, it's not true. If I were to record during my normal time and be on the server, I think Spud would be on the server, and that would be about it. Because normally I record like between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. So we'll see. I'll try and put like 2 episodes out a week on the multiplayer server. I think maybe like Monday, Friday, or something like that, and we'll see how that goes. But I don't know. Yeah, we'll see how it goes for now. And we'll go from there, basically. So I have 4-wheel drive on right now. I don't have the differential locks. I only have 4-wheel drive on. And there's been a couple times where I've had differential locks on the whole time, and some people have mentioned or commented that Iain, yeah, that's ridiculous. You would never have your diff locks on the whole time like that because you would totally ruin your tractor, which is probably true. Probably true. I'm unaware of that scenario because I think usually you put your diff locks on like when you're stuck, and that's it basically. Otherwise, you just have your 4-wheel drive on most of the time, I imagine. So technically, what we're doing right now is probably not the right thing to do either. We're planting directly into a plowed ground, but whatever. There's worse things that could happen, I suppose. But it is kind of ridiculous. You don't notice it, but it definitely... I don't know. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but it is considered plowed ground as opposed to cultivated. I wish this map had the texture that Manchester had. I really like that texture for plowed ground. It looks really slick. All these crazy things you can do in this particular tractor. You can bring up your GPS again. Oh, that doesn't really bring up the GPS. It just looks like it is. But that's what it would look like in real life, at least. So, all right. Yes, I know we're coming to the end of the field. Let's make a big turn here. There we go. There we go. How much did we miss? Apparently nothing, but we probably still did. There we go. So we might actually catch up to DusBo here a little bit. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Hopefully he skipped a lane. Oh, good, he did. Because that would be kind of embarrassing if I were to, after making the mistake in the middle of the field, and then running right into him. Yeah. Sorry, DusBo. Okay, so we actually I've been on the server for a while today. I've been messing around, doing some different things, doing some various tasks. And actually, interesting enough, I was looking on Mod Hoster, and I was looking at the... Hopefully we don't collide. Let's see, are we going to collide? Yeah, I think we are. Just a little bit. He should be fine there. Oh no, he's still... There we go. Whew, jeez. That was tense for a moment there. Sorry. It's my first time playing FS 15. By the way I'm driving right now, it sure looks that way. Oh my goodness. Sometimes GPS. I think it's like if you press enter, I think is what the button will do. I think is it enter? No, that just turns off your tractor. But there is a certain button that will Oh gosh, it really is. I don't know what it is. Normally, well, what happened is I wouldn't have this many problems, but apparently today I am. Oh my goodness. See what DusBo said? He's like, sorry, yeah. Oh goodness. Anyhow, but yeah, so what we're going to try and do, I think what I've been doing, well, I can tell you what I did this morning. So I think I put lime down on fields 7. I think it's put N and PK on 7. I basically sprayed and limed a whole bunch of fields is what happened this morning. And if we bring up the soil mod information, 7 point, I'll probably need to put a little bit of water down this field. But what will happen is when I put my when I put the herbicide down this field, I'll actually put a little bit of moisture back in the field as well. So should be okay. 13's a little bit high on the high side for N. Let's see here. Let's make the turn. There we go. And I'm just going to wait here for a second. Let me just check for N. What happens if I have N that's too high? No, it's right in front of my face. So we have, it's at 12 here. And 12 would give you 75% of the yield. So we're going to lose some of that. So by the time it actually matures or fully matures, it'll probably be closer to like maybe 7 or 8, maybe something like that. So, and our PK is bang on right now. So we want it at 4 is what we want the final tally to be. So it should be okay when it's mature. So like it's high right now. So what happens is depending on how many growth stages you have, it actually takes a certain amount of nutrients. I'm just gonna wait till DusBo comes back so we can just kind of follow the same line. It has a certain amount of nutrients it uses per cycle. So the interesting part about it is the fact that you can actually extend the growth cycles for soil mod if you want to. And by doing that, it will, as far as I understand at least, it should take more nutrients. So like I'm just looking at the reference sheet here, and growths crop 1 to 7. So growth stage crop 1, 2, 3, 4. So it takes like 1. So like we have it set up for 4 days per cycle, and you can actually change it like I said. And what will happen is, so like our ideal numbers for PK and N would be N9, PK 7, I think it is, if memory serves, or 6. So what will happen is your ideal values for the maximum rate would be 5 and 4, basically. So you want to kind of take that into consideration. So here's DusBo. So now we're back on track. So let's go ahead and there we go. So we'll see how fast DusBo is going. I think I'm going a little bit faster than he is again. So I'm going to set it to 22 just so I'm a wee bit slower than he is. Just so I don't catch up. Hopefully don't catch up. There it goes. So I want him to be just a little bit ahead, just so we don't have to run into the same problem again. But that's how it works when you have 2 tractors working at on the same course in GPS. So it works really well together. That's what I'm trying to say. So I left that strip there, but I'll go back to it and get it, just because I didn't want to run into the DusBo again. I think I've shown my amateur skills enough for today. This is why we just hire Courseplay to do things. Anyways, actually going back to what I was talking about before, you can actually have auto tractor apparently and auto combine on the server, from what I noticed at least. Whether that's actually the case, I don't know. But it appears that it can be the case. So I don't know what DusBo's going to do. I think he's going to go around and do the next pass. I don't know. We'll find out. And if he does do that little goes to the next line, I'll just skip over and go to that line I basically skipped. So we'll see what happens. What's DusBo gonna do? Alright. Also, if you don't follow Humble Bundle, they have a crazy sale on right now for all sorts of things. And one of the sales that's on right now, or one of the games that's on sale. Yikes! One of the games that's on sale right now. There's like, well, it's not one. There's a ton of games on sale right now. But one of them, there's one I was looking at, which is Train Z. Well, it looks like Train Simulator, but just slightly different. But I was reading the reviews of Train Z, and they don't look so, they're not so positive, unfortunately. Alright. Yeah, they're not so positive, which is kind of unfortunate. It looks like a good game. Like, I actually read through, like, quite a few reviews, and, like, some of them are, like, positive and saying, like, hey, this is a good game, you should try it. Other ones are, like, don't even bother. Because, like, you know, if you've ever played Train Sim, Train Sim 16, you'll know that they have a lot of DLC, and that's how they make their extra money with Train Sim, is the DLC side of things. So you can buy it if you want to, but you don't need to, okay? With Train Z, or Trains a New Era, the way they've gone is like a subscription model, kind of, for like, you can download mods from their hub, but you won't get a full throttle, you won't get the full amount, how do I say this? You'll be throttled, basically. So that means you won't be able to download at full speed. You'll be able to download, but at a slower speed. So, I don't know. I was like, really? That's how that works? I'm like, okay, that's kind of alright, I guess. And technically, I have a few Train Sim DLC already, and that's because sometimes you'll get, like, for example, I bought a Dovetail pack a while back that had Flight Sim, Train Sim, and a couple other games in there, because I wanted to try European fishing in it. And it's a cool game, and it had some of the Train Sim DLC in there, so I have some of the DLC associated with that. Let's see what happens. Oh, wow, that's close. That was pretty close. Anyways, but yeah, that's why I have some of the Train Sim DLC already. But if I were to try out Train the New Era, what you have to worry about is, you know, yeah, I think you could still download mods. It just takes a long time. Like, that's how I understood. There we go. Let's make a turn. We'll follow DusBo's cue here. So I don't know. It's kind of an interesting concept, I guess. So there's that. There was Dirt Rally is on sale too, which is a fantastic game. Actually, it's interesting. I read the reviews of Dirt Rally, and like, I don't think I saw any negative reviews at all. Like, they were all positive. Like, I'm pretty impressed. Project Cars was on sale too. Yeah, there's a crazy amount of things on sale. All right, DusBo's gonna go for it. So now having two vehicles here is just. It's just going to make our lives more difficult. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just let him do that. And then I'm going to get this little strip that I totally lost. Or totally missed before. There we go. So now we won't have this little strip in the middle of the field anymore. Well, we'll still have that little tiny bit there, but I'm not worried about that. Excellent. Alright folks, and that'll be it for me for today. That was an episode of Planting with DusBo, using the GPS mod. It's fantastic. I can't believe how amazing the mod is. Like, it still blows my mind. Hopefully, Upside Down will decide to bring it over to FS17. That would be really slick. Maybe he won't, who knows. Farm Sim seems to be really good about supporting modders this time around, so we'll see if that carries, if some of the modders feel if they want to give back as well. So, anyways folks, that'll be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode of randomness and shenanigans, I guess, really, what I boiled down to. My name's Iain Robson. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Paradise Hills. Catch you guys later.